By the time it was announced last July that Jeff Bezos, currently the world's third richest billionaire, had donated $200 million to the Smithsonian's National Air and Space Museum, the two parties had already hammered out how the money would be spent. $70 million would support renovation of the muse. What may be less typical these days is that the donor agreement lacks a morals clause designed to protect the institution. In practical terms, the omission of a so-called bad boy clause may mean that in the event of any future scandal, the Smithsonian would not be able to remove Bezos' name in the same way that, say, the Metropolitan Museum nixed the Sacklered name from galleries due to controversy surrounding the family. These are very standard in museums, says Bewley. We have seen termination clauses really since the beginning of modern policy for museums, dating back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries. There are cases of moral clauses, in particular, being referenced as early as the 1950s. What is new is that I would say over the past 10 to 15 years, such clauses are gaining more visibility, as we increasingly have expectations about where the money is coming from when gifts are made to museums. So this is part of a larger movement, where we're kind of analyzing problematic history and problematic capitalism. In the case of the Met and the Sacklers, for example, that was something that came out of an ethical misalignment between the organization and where the money came from, Purdue Far. I'm not actually surprised by that, says Joanne Florino, the Adam Meyerson Fellow at Philanthropy Roundtable. The Smithsonian has, I think, taken an interesting perspective on a lot of these things, she said, noting that the National Museum of Asian Art still has a gallery bearing the Sacklered name. I'm not drawing any parallels between Jeff Bezos and the Sacklers. I know people get angry with Mr.